Hey, good morning. I'm in Tennessee. It's nice and cool here. Hey, but then let me tell you the purpose for my post this morning. It's in response to a question raised by my friend's son. Now, when my friend's son has a concern, I must address it. And I was not going to comment on this. I don't like jumping on the bandwagon. I don't like capitalizing on other people's faults and all that. It's regarding the LUKAU raising the dead saga. I was not going to get involved. I'm not interested in those things because we've made our point so far. But then my friend's son asked a question. He says, Shibiko, is this not the reason? Is this not the reason they want to regulate the church? And if by now you have not realized that LUKAU pulled a trick there, then you're not that okay. If you believe that as a genuine miracle, you're ignorant indeed. I come from the medical fraternity, the pre-hospital emergency care fraternity. And not even looking at the facts brought up by the media on the guy breathing before, but common sense tells you the coffin white lining was not stained, and if this guy was in a mortuary fridge, and his suit would have been stained at the back because he was laid up. But let's not go into that. I'm not interested in that. My concern is saving my friend's son. He says, is this the reason they want to regulate the church? Now, let's start by saying what LUKAU did is no crime. I'm not defending him, I'm defending our cause. He pulled a trick. And what he did in our books is no different from what David Copperfield would do, the illusionist. David Copperfield has performed a lot of tricks. They tie him down, throw him in the bottom of the sea, and he comes up. I still don't know how he does it. I've seen a lot of magicians' tricks. I don't know how they do it, but they fascinate people, but they create an illusion of reality that does not exist. Now, if that is crime, LUKAU should be arrested. But if it's not crime, it comes back to the argument we've been posing all along. The only people who can shut LUKAU down are the people who keep going to his meetings. LUKAU committed no crime unless performing magical tricks without a license is crime. So this does not weaken our cause when you say hands off religion. No, it strengthens our case by saying the only people who can keep these tricksters out of business are their supporters. Now, the intelligent people there, we hope that the intelligence is such that after looking again, at the video, they'll come to the conclusion that we are wasting our time here. But now, no law enforcement agency can shut the man's church because it falls way beyond their reach. What did LUKAU do wrong criminally? He hired a hearse. Is it a crime? He hired a coffin. Is that a crime? Unless maybe they can nail him on putting a live person in a coffin. But is it a crime? A few weeks ago, we saw Zoto Wabantu sampling her own coffin. But that is not new. Many years ago, 3-4 decades ago, there was a man called the Godfather, Godfrimulo from Soweto. He slept in his own coffin, and unless it's crime now. So whatever crime Alf could have committed is not a religious crime. And it's no cause or no justification for the regulation of the church. I hope you get the picture now. The only people who can ensure that Alf never does this trick in the name of God are two. It's God and the people who come and watch him do these tricks. So, based on that, our case is not weakened at all. But now let's suppose that we had surrendered to Ray McCauley's call for peer review. What would the peer review committee do now? They'll close the church down? They are not law enforcement agencies. on what basis that he performed a lousy trick, there's no crime at all. Think about these issues, and one of these days your eyes will pop open and you shall see our case. If no crime is committed, there is no need for the law enforcement agencies to be involved. But if a crime has been committed, it cannot be. There's no classification of crime in terms of religion. There's no religious crime. There is no religious rape, no religious swindling, no religious trickery. There is no religious fraud. Fraud is fraud, whether it's committed by an atheist or a religious person. Think about these issues. I still have to drive on. My daughter's classes start at 12 in Johannesburg. But this does not in any way weaken our case. And now to my son's friend, I hope you get the picture. What is the picture? No crime has been committed unless in this aspect that I've mentioned. And yes, this does not strengthen the call for the regulation. It does not in any way do that. Somebody performed a lousy trick. And if that's crime, lock him up. If not, let him be. Enjoy your day.